Yesterday we have discussed the landscape of different data sources on Russia, and today I'm going to show you several tools. The first tool is just the tool to work with core decisions and somehow to process the core data and using the LLMs and different AI tools to extract the data you need. So it's the first topic we'll discuss today. And the second topic is also very important when you work with some, for example, official sources of information or with uh, some alternative sources like social media, like Telegram or ВКонтакте. It's about API, and more generally, we'll talk about hidden API. So how to find when you have some website with data on its interface, how to dive into it and somehow find uh, a convenient way to download this data. So uh, let's start uh, from API. Uh, and here's example. It's let me just translate this website to English. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so it's not always possible to translate all the images from the website, but it's DomRef. Yeah, here it's a provider of different housing services for Russians and for different companies, and this agency has its analytical portal where you can find a lot of useful information about housing construction. And so these panels are split by regions, by cities, large cities, by developers. So it's different companies. Mm, and also by time for which the data is provided. So there are a lot of different statistics, and for example, I'm interested in somehow gathering all this data and work with this data in my, I do not know, R or Python, so to process this data, or for example, in Excel. And of course, the first uh, way to gather all this information and is to use some kind of, if you're familiar with this, some Selenium script or something like this, so just uh, write a code that act as a person and just go through all these tables, choose different filters, different regions, different developers, different months, and so gather all this information. But it's not very convenient, so you need to write this parser and so process different pages. And in fact, it's not always the thing you need, because if we see this data on this website, it means that under the hood, so we have some special service that sends this data to the website. And in fact, we can find it and try to somehow use. Okay, again, wait, it's in Russian. Sorry, it's not always stable translation. Mm. Yeah, now it's in English. So let's try to find this hidden data, and to do it, we need a special browser tool. It's called if you so click the right button on your mouse, there is such option to look a code. So it's here Russian, but in English it's so just the last the last button you need to click it. So look at the code, it codes. And here is a lot of different instruments for developers, but we're interested in special section network. Uh, so it's network where you can find all the data that is coming from different sources to the web interface of website. And among this data is so these values that somehow loaded to the website in a structured way. Uh, so let's try to find it. To do it, we need to refresh our page. So we refresh it, and so if you see here, you see there are a lot of different documents. So some JavaScript code, it's images you see on the website, it's some HTML code, but among this we need to find somehow a data, and to do it, it's so you can use this option. So let's, for example, choose some region and choose this filter. So type fetch, fetch type. It's the type of documents with the data, some JSON object. And so there are a lot of them, but if you read, you can find that there is some data which is called region, represented year, represented months. If we click on it and look at answer, you can see that all the data that are represented here in some interactive way, in fact, was transferred to the website in such a structured dictionary. In fact, there are several dictionaries. And here, for example, we have data for 2026 for March for different developers. And if we list it, so we can see here a lot of data that was coming from database to this website. In fact, so it's the data that was returned, but here we can find also in this section some parameters that were sent when you choose manually different filters. So we choose a special region. Let's translate it again. Yeah, so we choose Bryansk Oblast. And here, so we see that the region code parameter was set to 32 and it was sent to the website. So we also here choose data for the current month, and so here's year and current month, and so on. And in fact, if you so manage to find out these parameters, you can just go through them. So just change years, change months, change region codes, and receive all this structured data in such very convenient, not very convenient, so it's not ready for production or for analytics, but you can just process all this data and gather it using your code. So let's try to do it. Let's so for example work with this so it's total and here is regional and here is for developers. Yeah. So let's try to work with this method. Uh, yeah, with this. We can click right, choose copy, copy as CRL, and then go to the special website uh, it codes cure converter com. It helps you just to copy this hidden uh, special commands, web interface commands, and just at receive ready for use code for Python or for R, so you can just Ctrl C, Ctrl Y, and so receive all the code you need. So let's try this. So to use this code and to parse the data we need. To do it, I would like to use Google Colab, so I can create on my just on my disk Google Colab. Oh, sorry, some. Yeah, so let's create. Uh, mm, yeah, so we're here. Let's just return to this code. We can copy it and paste to our collab. So let's call it parsing dom ref. So here we have some its library, so Python library to work with such request to some websites, so to receive data. Here is some information you don't really need to know exactly what is it, but it's some cookies, so it's some data from your browser. So in fact, the library uses it so to somehow uh, simulate your browser because many websites they are protected from automatic parsing. So these cookies help you to uh, still work with this data. Here's also some special data, and here is also our parameters that we can change. But first, let's just run the code and look what we'll receive. Yeah, so here we have some response. Let's look at it. So response code is uh, 200. It's good, so we receive the answer. Uh, yeah, and here is so the data. It's not in a convenient way, but we can transform it to a more so nicely looking uh, uh, somehow nicely looking data. To do it, let's use the power of uh, LLM. So uh, let's ask it to help us. So, for example, if you are not familiar with Python, please represent as a response concept data in JSON clear JSON format. And while still it's working, so what we have done, yeah, so here we have already a code from Gemini. So we import JSON library, we load the answer, so the response we received, and then just print it as a uh, as a nice as a nice JSON. So here's some information. I guess that as we just request information for the current month, some data is still missing. So here, for example, if we return here, we can, for example, request information for 2025 for, let's say, June. Uh, so let's again response. So response content, we do not need it. So yeah, so now we have uh, uh, this uh, information. Here you can see that now it's year 2025 and it's June. And so it's here we see different developers. It's still missing, so maybe it's just cause for developers. They give you only general square sum and living square sum. So it's just general square for housing and living square for housing. And here we see this data. But so what we can do then? So now we have the opportunity just to somehow manipulate these parameters. So change years, change months, and gather all the data. Now it's in JSON format, but you can easily do it by yourself, or for example, ask Gemini here again in collab. Let's just continue. So let's just ask Gemini uh, to, for example, uh, transform JSON data to data frame. So we can just uh, yeah, so now you can see that we can transform this to uh, sorry, it's def, so data frame def, and so here is our data in a tabular format. Here all the data we gather for the June. And do in the same way, you can just, for example, in for cycle or some other manner, you just can change these parameters, uh, uh, make request to the website, receive structured JSON files, and then convert them uh, into data frames. And in such a way, in fact, you can process a lot of websites. It's not only about DOM-ref, and so this data about housing construction, but also, for example, you can in such a way gather data about uh, some financial and budget data. So let's, for example, go to some alternative website. Yeah, it's special. So it's imenfin.ru. It's a website of a provider of different infrastructure and IT services for the uh, Ministry of Finance of Russia, and they on their website they have special open panels about regional budgets, and there are a lot of rich data about budget spendings, budget income, and so on. And so it's also possible. In fact, there is no special tool to download this data in Excel files or something like this, but also using hidden API, you can very easily to download it and work with this data. So let's go to budget data and, for example, open regional uh, expenses. Yeah, so we need some time to translate. Uh, Here we again see that we have a year and we can choose from 2015 to 2025. We have months, we have different regions of Russia, and some uh, very granular data on spending, on budget spending, so it's different. You can dive into. And if we just make right click on this table and choose the final option, just look at the code. Yeah, sorry, one more time. So look at the code. Here, we go to the network section, refresh the page. And here again, let's try to find the app with the data we need. Yeah, here we can see it. So here's some data just with different regions. Here's some time, so dictionary. And if we see, so here, it's some budget spending. So it's data about different expenses. Let's just translate this again. Yeah, and so we have all this data. We have indicator name, we have plan value, we have refined plan, we have the final sum that was spent, and so it's just corresponds in a very clearly way. So this uh, data, JSON data to this interface we see. And so we can also just gather all these indicators, right click on this method, then copy CRL. Let's go to the curl convert. And now just insert the new word and again receive this uh, code for Python. Let's copy it and go to our Colab just to see how it works. Yeah, here you can see that at this time we have new link, so to iMinFin website, and we have new set of params. Here's some width. It's, I guess, the width for the tables the data is coming from, data version, and here's territory param. So as we have different territories, we can just change this code and receive data for different regions. In the same manner, in fact, we can, for example, choose 2022. Here, let's clear, let's refresh, uh, uh, and try to find the data we need. So it's here. So we can just change uh, yeah, what I do now, I just want to show you that we can also uh, change this uh, parameter for the year and the month. So, and we copy this, go here. You can see that here is the parameter for the period. So it's 2022, December. It's some time data, but it's always the same. So they just added. So we have it here. And again, you can change territory code. You can change parameter, so period, and gather all the data we need. Let's try to do it. So we receive a response. Uh, so now we need to uh, uh, just to save it as some preset JSON, and after that convert it into data frame. So let's do it. Let's at the same time save it and convert. So here we just from the response content we load JSON in a structured way, and the code UTF-8 means that we say that it's special coding for symbols, so it's Russian names for expenses indicators, and so with the code using this, it's in standard coding scheme for this text, and then we save it just to data frame. And here it is. So here is all the data we need. So it's 79 different expenses indicators and we can work with them. In fact, on this web page, they also have data on different of spending on different topics, and it's some other method. So let's just look at this method. So we copy serial, convert it to ready for production code, copy it, then paste to Google Colab, and let's try to do the same thing again. Yeah, now you can see it's in Russian, but now it's about different topics on what so topics they spend, regions spend their money. And if you study, for example, some regional inequality or diversion, you can so find this information useful. Here there is no names of indicators because uh, so you can, but you can easily, because here on this website data is returned not as structured dictionary where we have for every indicator its name. Here it returns only as a list of different values, but they are always in the same order, so it's easily for you just to read, if I translate, so read the names of these indicators and just to add them to the final table. Again, when you manage to find this hidden API and create this simple code, so it takes 2 or 3 minutes, then you can easily just change here regions codes, so go through them and change here different months and years and gather very detailed information on how regions spend the budget money for 10 years. So it can really help you to gather this important information. So in such a way, using this technique and this trick, you can find when you see some data on websites, on web interface, you can try to so click right button, look at code, and then just to try to find some special methods that used to transfer data from some backend internal database to the web interface you see on a website. Again, just to be clear, very often you can find this special method here in this section, so fetched XHR or document, so the nearest one, but it's easily just to go through them and look at answer section. And so if we look at here, we can see that it's some uh, meaning answer with some structured data, and it means that it's really the method we need to gather all the data from the website. Mm, mm. So very often it enables you to gather all the data that they publish on their websites, because very often on web interface, interactive web interface, you do not see all the data because some data can be hidden here, but here presented only part of the data, and it's very useful to gather all the information. And also it's very convenient. So you see that it takes 2 minutes just to right click, find right methods and copy paste, create a code, and it's done. You here have all the parts you need just to gather in 5 minutes all the data. It's more easily than, for example, if you somehow try to use Selenium or such tools to parse just data from this web interface. It's really easy to gather all the information. So that's it. And you can read it's we have really nice article. Uh, I guess it's was from, to be precise, projects. Uh, so if you want just to refresh all this information or read it, mm, moment. I can, yeah, it's here. I'll share it with you. So I found it very useful. Uh, this so page is in Russian, but you can easily translate it, and so read. Yeah, so it's now in English, and here you just can find very clear instruction how to work with all this information. Mm, okay. Uh, Now, so this part was about hidden APIs and how to use them to get this information from official websites. Now let's talk a little about working with core data and parsing some unstructured, so text data uh, using LLMs. Uh, the first thing you need to start to work with such data is to uh, create some account on one of LLM providers. And now today we'll speak about uh, Gemini, uh, uh, because Gemini and Google Gemini, they provide all new users and researchers with 300 gift balance, $300 gift balance, and so you can use this balance to mm, uh, in your projects just to process different data sources and somehow use the API instruments. So you need to just go to Gemini Google Cloud AI Studio. Uh, let's say share this instruction with you also. And then on this interface, you need to create uh, uh, a project. You can create a new project. Let's call it, for example, uh, court data project. Yeah, we'll create it. We need some time. So now we are inside this project, and then to manage to work with Gemini API, so Gemini AI tools, you need to generate uh, a credential. Uh, for this, we go to the credential section and then press create credential and create API key. You can give this API key any name you want, so court project. Yeah, he has asked, do you want to somehow restrict the use of such a key? But we do not need, so we don't not apply any restrictions, and we just create an API key. Yeah, and it's here, it's created. I'll delete it later. But yeah, here's your API key, and you can copy it and use in your project. So in different projects, you can use this API key to just uh, uh, apply different Gemini models to your project. Yeah, so it's the main part. We need to work with Gemini, Cloud Studio, and now let's speak more about special tool we have. So we just prepared for our own projects in Cedar, and this tool use uh, Gemini uh, API key to process the text of core decisions. So uh, you can apply and use LLMs to somehow mm, extract some structured information from the texts of core decisions. And yesterday, so I describe where you can find this data. So it's, for example, from over the info or from the project Sud Monster, so Court Monster, or for example from Sudarev Scrapper. So we've discussed it yesterday, and if you download some core data, very often then you need to somehow process these texts and extract some information. And so, of course, it can be many ways and many different features you want to extract from text, and you can do it by yourself. But for some standard operation, we prepare a special tool which can help you to first extract punishments from the text of core decisions, because in a core decision, very often there are many of accused person, and you need to somehow extract all this information. Then sometimes it's very useful to extract some local and create some geocoding, so somehow link court case to locality, especially to municipality of Russia. And here we have special model in this tool to uh, decide what is the municipality for the given court, which we can which we identify using its unique court ID. So we just prepare a special dictionary where we link courts with the territory of the jurisdiction, and so you can by court IDs just receive the uh, identity codes of different municipalities. It can help you if you somehow want, for example, to study some territorial diversion or how many different cases are considered in different localities of Russia and so on. The third tool is gender extractor, because very often you need to use it as some feature in your analysis, in your models. And so we have applied to libraries which are very useful to work with Russian language. It's Natasha and Petrovich. It's Python libraries, and with the help of them, we just identify for every person. So based on its names, surnames, its gender, and just return this information in a structured way. And the fourth model is articles extractor, because very often mm, in the original data, so if you work with Russian core data, they print information about the person accused in such a way. So it's person name and then a lot of different articles with parts and subparts. And it's not very convenient to work with the string data because, for example, you want to create some dummy variables for different articles. And so our model just help you to extract this information for every person in a structured way. Uh, so, so you can just extract this data and work with it uh, in a way so you want. Uh, so to use this library, so the first thing you need is just to somehow be familiar with Python, because this library was written in Python. Uh, and then you just can clone it, install dependencies, and start to use it. Here in this repo, I'll send you, we have special demo with all the uh, submodels invoke. So if you manage to install uh, this repository and libraries, then you can just apply these methods and tools to your own data. So extract gender, extract articles, extract punishment from the text. Uh, one one advice. So when, of course, if you're familiar, for example, with OpenAI, so ChatGPT or uh, Claude, you know that you can give them a prompt. So, and here uh, in this library, we do the same thing. So there is some special predefined prompt where we ask Gemini just to analyze the text and extract the final punishments for each person. And then we give some instructions how to do it. It's not very important now, but there is some just explanation what information to find and how to structure it. But very often it's useful not only provide LLM with this structured prompt, but also give some structured information you have. So let's look here on punishment extractor as an example. So here, in fact, so in Russia, we have some final, according to the criminal code or to the administrative offense code, we have a final list of punishments, then a judge can decide between. Uh, and so it's a very useful trick just to gather this information from the official, criminal code, from the administrative offense code, and just to create this structured dictionary with all possible punishments. For example, here is arrest, or here is, for example, mm, a fine. So it's in Russian because we work with Russian texts. But yeah, okay, here, for example, a fine. And here we just can in advance uh, to describe the LLMs different aspects of this punishment. For example, that severity of this punishment is measured in rubles. It's important information because, when LLM would decide how to return information about how many years in prison was for example, decided by judge, or how many rubles the person accused should pay. Mm. It would be very convenient if you do not uh, describe all these different aspects in this long prompt you give. So please return me for fines information about severity in rubles. For imprisonment, return me the number of years and months in prison, and so on. But it's more convenient just to create in advance such structured file. Here, for example, we also describe some transformations. So if we have fines in thousands, we ask Gemini to transform it from thousands just to rubles. Uh, Hmm. So, and here we can, in fact, describe some other important information the LLM should know. And what we have both the final and closed list of all possible punishments for the person accused. And we have for every punishment some parameters, some restrictions, units of measurement, or something like this. And then when you create such a list, you can just, when you write your prompt, where you ask LLM somehow to extract the information you need, you just can reference to this punishment data. So we here just say, please, mm, mm, so use uh, this punishment data keys. So, for example, here we say, please, when you identify a punishment for a person, just form it only from punishment data key. So just choose a punishment for a person from this closed list, which we have prepared in advance. The same is about type. So type we also gather from the type field of this dictionary. Same is for suspend and for severity. So all this punishment specific information we just described in this dictionary, and then we can use it in a prompt. It's very useful and convenient way. And so, for example, if you later understand that you have forgotten some punishment, so you have forgotten to describe it, you can just update this punishment dictionary and still use the same prompt, so you do not just change this long text prompt list, but you can gather this information just from this dictionary. So it's this uh, rule is very convenient. So when you extract, not only when you work with court data, but also when you work with some other kind of text data, if you have some predefined structured list of different aspects you need to uh, find in a text, you can prepare such uh, dictionaries, uh, and it's became so more clear. In fact, it's become not only clear for you, but for example, if you prepare a research for publication, it's also more clearly. So when you have in your code this final list of these punishments, and so uh, the reference so can just understand what kind of information you extract from the text, because when you just provide a long prompt, very often LLM just pay more attention to some parts of the prompt and can return to you, for example, names of punishment in very different forms. For example, it can strafa, something like this, but when you prepare this special dictionary, it always will return you, practically always will return you the information in a format so you need and you're ready to work with. Uh, so I really advise you to try to create Gemini. So using this link from this instruction, Gemini uh, account, and try to use the API, because it's very useful and really enables you to process different text data. For example, so last week I just tried to use Gemini to extract information about the judges' appointments from the presidential decrees, and it's also very useful. So just to uh, process this information and receive all the data about judges' appointments in a structured way. So that's all. Thank you very much for attention.